Kim Kardashian. Just saying her name can start a whole debate in a room. For years, the criticism has been super loud, really consistent, and let's be honest, pretty dismissive. But we're going to dive into this because there's an absolutely fascinating story here about business, branding, and what it even means to be famous today. You've heard this a million times, right? It's the tag that's basically been stuck to her for her entire career. The idea that her celebrity is just an accident. A hollow product of reality TV with nothing real behind it. And look, it's an easy criticism to throw out there, but does it really tell the whole story?
Because what if that criticism totally misses the point? What if, instead of just getting lucky with fame, she's actually been its most brilliant and strategic architect? Let's actually break down the blueprint she built, piece by piece.
Okay, so to really get the empire she built, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And for Kim, the beginning was basically like an apprenticeship in how to handle the media and what people think of you.
So think about her early life not just as a story, but as on-the-job training. Through her father, Robert Kardashian, and his role in the O.J. Simpson trial, she got a front-row seat to this massive collision of law, media, and scandal. Then flash forward, she's Paris Hilton's friend and stylist, learning the ins and outs of paparazzi culture firsthand. These weren't just things that happened to her, they were seriously valuable lessons in how to manage the spotlight.
So those early lessons, they were the foundation. But 2007 was the year she built the entire ground floor of her empire. It was a complete masterclass in turning a potential career-ending disaster into a dynasty-launching opportunity.
I mean, think about it. On one hand, you've got the leak of a private tape, a situation that for almost anyone else would have destroyed their public image, period. But on the other hand, you have the family, led by the one and only Kris Jenner, strategically launching Keeping Up with the Kardashians just a few months later. They didn't run from the spotlight, they grabbed it and built their own stage. And the result of that huge pivot? 20 seasons. Just let that sink in for a second. Most TV shows are lucky if they get 5. Keeping Up with the Kardashians became this cultural institution, literally embedding the family into the daily lives of millions of people for over a decade.
So the show was the platform, but social media, that was her superpower. This is where Kim really truly broke the mold. She realized she didn't need the old gatekeepers, the magazines, the TV networks to reach her audience anymore. She could just talk to them directly.
And the secret sauce to her power on social media is this thing called a parasocial relationship. By sharing her life on TV and then doubling down on platforms like Instagram, she created this really powerful sense of intimacy. Fans felt like they knew her. And that connection, it would become her single most valuable asset. It's literally the blueprint every influencer follows now.
And don't get it twisted. That connection was worth real, serious money. Back in 2014, her mobile game, Kim Kardashian Hollywood, pulled in over $200 million. This was no fluke. It was a blaring signal that her digital brand could be monetized on a mind-blowing scale.
But, making money wasn't enough. The next level was getting cultural respect. And to do that, she had to conquer the one world that had always slammed the door in her face: high fashion.
This was a super deliberate, calculated transformation. And it was heavily influenced by her partner at the time, Kanye West. He basically helped her overhaul her entire look, moving her away from that classic reality TV style and into the world of elite fashion houses like Balmain and Givenchy. And this was the moment she arrived. Landing the cover of American Vogue was the ultimate stamp of approval from the fashion world. Anna Wintour's decision was controversial, for sure, but it was basically an admission that Kim's influence was just too massive to ignore anymore.
So with commercial power locked down and cultural legitimacy in the bag, she moved on to her final act, becoming a founder. And SKIMS isn't just another celebrity brand. It's the culmination of every single lesson she learned up to this point. You know why the SKIMS blueprint works so well? Because it feels authentic. She didn't just slap her name on a product. She told stories about her own struggles, from literally cutting up her shapewear to dyeing it in the sink with tea bags to match a skin tone. She found a real, personal problem, and then she went out and solved it for everyone.
And here's exactly how she solved it. The brand didn't just launch, it exploded. It came out with this insane range of sizes and shades that nobody was doing, directly speaking to a huge group of people the market had ignored. You combine that with a modern, direct-to-consumer drop model that creates constant hype, and boom, SKIMS immediately became this massive disruptive force.
The result of all that disruption? A valuation of $4 billion.
A number like that takes her out of the celebrity category and puts her right into the Unicorn Founders Club, a title reserved for the most successful and respected entrepreneurs out there.
But just when everyone thought they had her all figured out, the reality star, the fashion icon, the unicorn founder, she pivoted again. She started using her massive platform for something completely different: advocacy. And this wasn't just for a photo op. She successfully lobbied for the release of Alice Marie Johnson and then committed to this grueling 4-year law apprenticeship. The fact that she passed the ridiculously hard baby bar exam on her 4th try, all while people were making fun of her, just shows this incredible level of grit and dedication.
So when you put all of these pieces together, the media savvy, the social media dominance, the high fashion rebrand, the billion-dollar company, and this unexpected turn to advocacy, a whole new picture comes into focus. She didn't just play the game of fame, she completely rewrote the rulebook.
So, famous for being famous, or a master strategist who understood the value of attention way before anyone else? This quote really says it all. She saw that in our world, attention is the ultimate currency. And for 2 decades, she has proven to be its absolute best investor. The only question now is, what is she going to build with it next?